Hello, everyone. Welcome to Duchess After Dark. I am the missing Duchess. I have not done a podcast in 10 days. So please, forgive me. I have sinned. I have not podcasted in 10 days. So yes, things have been chaotic as they always are. I feel like this is how I start my show. Every episode is things are crazy. And they are. Work-life balance is absolutely crazy, but not in a bad way. It just keeps me going. But the past week, I have been on a vacation. I actually left and went on vacation solo, which was very, very nice. I visited friends out in West Michigan, and it was absolutely delightful. I had a wonderful, wonderful time with such good people. It makes me so happy to see them. I know we chat all the time, and it's one thing to chat with the folks on the web and, through Facebook and X and, whatever, and day-to-days and chit-chats and phone calls. But to hang out in person is really just, it was so good for my soul to go out and just, I'll say unplug. I wasn't completely unplugged, but just to not be in dirty Jersey, right? Doing this. It was a really nice break to get away, which was much needed. And I'm very glad I did so. Of course, coming back to the chaos is always nuts. I'll get to that. Just wait. I will get to that, folks. So I flew out last week, had a lovely time. We did, visited a lot of great stops, tons of restaurants. I ate entirely too much, put a few pounds back on. I know I'm on vacation and I shouldn't worry about it, but anybody who's listened to me long enough and interacts with me, yeah, it bothers me. But it's reversible. I'll be able to get back on track. I haven't been at the gym since, it's been probably 8 days, maybe 9. That's the longest stretch I've been unless I've had an injury. So yeah, my ass is going back for sure. In fact, I'll be there Friday morning, bright and early. I'll be at the gym, way early. It's a challenge to get back on track when you have when the schedule's all loosey goosey, and that's always I'm such a schedule date time person. So to just wing it is always fun. But again, I was very blessed. I had wonderful friends out there who not only chauffeured me around like Miss Daisy. So I was driven everywhere. I had a great place to stay, which I was barely there because I was out. So we went to I was in Lake Michigan, which was kind of chilly. A little colder than the Jersey Shore. I can say that for sure. But there's something to be said for swimming in such a giant freshwater body. It's ridiculous. And it was so choppy, lots of waves. So people were like, ooh, we'll go surfing. I'm like, well, it's not quite like, East Coast or West Coast waves, but it was definitely choppy, but a really good time. And just drinks and not too much debauchery. It was all good fun, right? I was delighted. So it was, I was just about heading to the airport. And I check in on the app. Everything's good. I'd, checked in. Oh, I checked the app, excuse me. I had checked in and had pre-boarded, done all everything I needed to do on the app. And thank God for apps. That makes life so much easier. So we're on the way. We're just getting in the car. I sent the fam a notice. Everything's good. Pick me up at, 6:45, whatever, when my plane lands in Newark. And as soon as I sent that, I get a big red X, on my app. All flights are canceled. Your flight was canceled. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening? Turns out there was a humongous storm hovering over Newark Airport, which is where I was coming in. And it was, we were due to get 3 inches of rain up there in about an hour. like that much rain. So intense flooding. So Newark shut down, LaGuardia shut down, JFK shut down. There was no rerouting. I could have gone to, they offered the flight option. The next flight would have been like in 2 hours from when I got that notification. And I could have flown to Chicago and then flown, had like a 4-hour layover and then flown to Jersey. Not an option. No, I was not about to do that because also never been to Chicago Airport. No idea where I was going, what I was flying into, what was happening. So I ended up rescheduling for the very next day, almost identical time. And that was just, it was just, so I got that squared away. So I had to scramble and get a hotel room, which I was lucky enough to find. They gave me a discount. They didn't pay for the hotel, but I got a discount. So it was a decent enough room. And I ended up staying one extra day. So a bonus day for me. I was scheduled to be at work the following day. So I had to redo that. So that was fun. But, is what it is. It worked out the way it did. So not mad about it. But it was, the family was not excited that I was not going to be home until the next day. And again, I'm also very regimented, as is my family. So to have to be like, hey, I won't be home tonight. Everything's canceled. So no fun. And there was just no other airport to fly into. And it was just, it was better that I booked an absolute flight for the next day. I got the seat, piece of cake, no standby. I wanted an actual seat. So ended up flying home the next day. The flight was somewhat uneventful, a little bumpy here and there, but not terrible. I'm not a huge fan of flying, so I was very happy that this was not super bumpy, a little bumpy. But there were some dust ups, here and there along the trip. I don't want to say dust ups. I want to say like weird things that have happened. There's a lot of interesting people, I think, anywhere. So to people watch was always a good time. And it was just, and people did not disappoint. I'm just going to say that. No shaming people, but some people could probably stand to be shamed. And it's just interesting that coming from the East Coast and then even a few states away, I mean, we're talking New Jersey to Michigan. So it's really what? I'm flying over Pennsylvania, all of Pennsylvania, and pretty much all of Michigan and landing over on the western side of Michigan by Lake Michigan. Okay. The people are so very different. So very different. It's just mellow. People were no hurry. It's just moseying around and doo-dee-doo and all that fun stuff. And it's just crazy when you come from New Jersey and just that type of day to day, like the hustle, the bustle, like go, 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 go. And it seemed like a lot of it was not there. Like people were just mellow. It's Midwest nice. And you know what? I was very happy about that. Because some days I feel like we're not New Jersey nice. We're New Jersey. What's a good word? I don't want to say aggressive, but we don't coddle you. You come out, we'll tell you. You'll get a straight answer unless someone's trying to sugarcoat it. But you'll get very direct responses, and the Midwest seems to be a little softer, a little more subtle. We're just assertive, maybe assertive. I'll have to think about that. And just in the way of our delivery, we don't brook bullshit. We'll help you. We'll help anybody, and I think so. Here's a way I can equate it. If you have something wrong with your car, say you have a low tire, and we say, hey, your tire's low, you should change that, or you should fix it, get some air in it, and then you're driving, and then you end up with a flat tire, and you call us for help. We're going to be like, what the fuck? We told you to fix it. What the hell? We'll yell at you, but we'll come out and help you, if you know what I mean. But we're going to tell you all about it, and we're going to bitch about it, maybe a little bit. It's all good. I was delighted to be out there, and I'm very happy. I say I'm kind of happy to come home. It's nice to be back on a routine. After a couple days, I didn't know what day it was. Like I didn't know the date. Like I get so turned around when I'm not dealing with my routine, right? When you're off your routine, like everything falls apart. So everything fell off the plate. So when I went back to work, I had to remember my logins, all that fun stuff. I'm like, it's been 7 days, but boy, everything just kind of floated away. And then I come back, it's immediate aggravation. Like, this is why I needed the vacation, but I'm glad I did it. And I do some of them solo. So it's very nice to literally get away from everything. Coming right back to all kinds of stuff, but it's worth it. And I'm not mad at it. So I'm already thinking about for next year. So look out, buds in West Michigan. I didn't get a chance to see everyone out there. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Some folks at the last minute couldn't attend. Some things just came up. It happens, and I miss them, and I hope things are well for them. And we'll definitely see them hopefully next year. If I make it out, which I should. I'll have some other stories. I'm going to share something similar about the flight on the Boomer Bunker. So hopefully you find us on that. John and I will be recording that. That's always a good time. Excuse me while I have a glass of wine. It's been a day. All right. Well, that's better. There's been all kinds of interesting things happening in the news. And right now, I don't want to talk about Dr. Fauci. Everything has been said. And it's such a divisive topic. People are just so angry about it. And I'm not doing that. I don't have the energy right now and the bandwidth to really just get into that. So I'm letting that go. So if you're here for like hot political rants, that's not going to happen. Not with this one. I'm just letting that go. I can't even with this. So I spent a few minutes looking up some fun topics to chat about, and some of them one of them absolutely freaked me out, and I thought, well, I have to share this because it is a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare for me. This one was just horrifying. The headline got me, and then the more I read it, the more it absolutely freaked me out. So again, cruising through headlines, and this is the headline I find. My eye had to be sewn shut after a parasite ate my cornea. The crucial mistake that I made. I'm stopping scrolling for that, right? Wouldn't you stop scrolling? Be like, what the what? This woman, British woman, may never see out of her right eye again after a devastating parasite burrowed into her cornea, leaving doctors with no choice but to sew her lid shut in a desperate attempt to save her sight. Okay. Horrifying. One of the fear, one thing that gets me, like, everybody has like an ick factor. Like you watch something or you see surgeries or you see traumatic things on TV, and it's just like, some people can just watch them. Like you can also just like disassociate from that. A lot of things I can, like childbirth, I can watch that. I can watch people bang into stuff. I can see people get hurt. I don't like watching things about eyes. Like they're squishy, right? So if something happens, it's an immediate, like something happens immediately. So the injuries, it's not an easy fix. You can't set your eye like you can set a broken arm. It's gross. And I had eye surgery as a child. I have lazy eyes, and when they would literally point in different directions, it was awful. So when I was about 10, I had surgery on them, both of them, in the beginning of the summer, which was terrible because one thing I loved was swimming and going to camp and going, in the ocean. We were right by the Jersey. I live in Jersey, so I'm right by the beach. Couldn't go in the water. Could not go underwater. Was not allowed to get my face wet. So it was a devastatingly boring summer. One of the eye doctor that we had seen, he stitched up the muscles and used dissolving stitches. The key word is he used these. And then after the surgery, found out that I was allergic to the dissolving stitches and they had to be removed. So they didn't dissolve. So I had to go back to the eye doctor and he had to take them. He had to remove stitches from my eye. So I imagine being 10 and back in the, 1980s, the 1900s, I'm sitting in a chair. The eye doctor's got his headset on, right, with the with the miner's light on it, and he's coming at me with a pair of tweezers, and I got to hold still. They did not knock me out. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dr. Talansky. Devastated for life. It was not a good. They numbed it, but it was still like I knew he was doing it, and it was a nightmare. I don't know if I could have put my kids through something like that. Just disgusting. All right, so back to that's why I don't like eye things. Ick. This woman apparently was cleaning out in England, was cleaning out her horse stables and landed terrible. Landed headfirst into a wheelbarrow filled with dirt and water. Cleaned herself off, washed her face, washed her hands. And here's an interesting phrase. But she didn't remove her contact lenses until later that evening. 4 days later, her eye began stinging. It escalated. The pain escalated, becoming excruciating. Her vision started to fade. The doctors initially misdiagnosed her with an ulcer, sent her home with eye drops. And then over the next few days, the pain became unbearable. Now, horrifying. The former personal trainer eventually lost all vision in her right eye. So anytime the light hit it, she couldn't open her eyes. It was painful, red. She did a follow-up appointment in March, and the doctors discovered the real culprit. All right, so I'm going to attempt to say this. Amoeba. Holy cow. Acanthamoeba. Terrible. Acanthamoeba keratitis, a rare but potentially vision-threatening infection. So basically, this disgusting amoeba invades your cornea, which is the clear dome outer layer of your eye, right? And it eats through your eye and the cornea and all your nerves. And that's what it did to her eye. And it said the speed that it ate all of it, the doctors were just shocked at how quickly it was. And they said that she most likely picked it up when she washed her face with the contact lenses still in, as this amoeba can be found in tap water. It's also present in lakes, oceans, rivers, and just any kind of swimming pools, hot tubs, dirt, and dust. It says anyone can develop this. The vast majority of cases occur among contact lens wearers. They said it's rare, maybe only 1,500 cases in the U.S. Not awful. So what it did, it perforated her cornea, creating a hole in the surface of her eye. And they sewed her eyelid shut to an attempt to help the area heal. There's pictures. Not cool, by the way. Not fucking cool at all. So eventually she can get a corneal transplant, but she's going to have to wait several years. And this is her quote. If I am still 2 years down the line and have no life and can't do anything, I will quite happily have my eye taken out. It's a bad situation, but I'm still here. I can walk, I can see with one eye, and I can still hear. It will get better over time. Holy shitballs, folks. No, I don't even know. I don't know what a good fix on that is. Have it taken out or try to get a transplant. I don't know. The pictures are horrifying. I can't even. I have to scroll past them very quickly. So, and they say in the U.S. about 45 million people wear contact lenses. I used to wear contacts. I loved my contacts. When I first got them, I was about 16. And they were fantastic. And that was when I had colored contacts. So my eyes are kind of hazel. So I got like nice green ones, and my eyes they popped. Like it was awesome. People would come up to me, is that your real eye color? And I'd lie. I'd go, of course. And then again, yay me with allergies, found out the hard way. I was allergic to the soft lenses, which looking further back was probably I was allergic to the solution. So they switched me to the hard contact lenses, which were the worst. If anybody had ever had the torture of using hard contact lenses, I feel, you understand. Awful. And then after I had my eldest daughter, I decided it was just too much fucking work because babies and contact lenses just don't seem to mix. And I haven't had them since. And now it's just, I just wear funky glasses and sunglasses all the time because who wants to even bother anymore? I just can't. So this woman, terrible, terrible, terrible. I couldn't even imagine. It says people who sleep in their lenses are at risk, people who go into the pools, and again, or any other sources of water where there may be organisms, which is all of them. You could absolutely get that, ulcers or conjunctivitis, and you've got to just, no, don't put that on your eyeballs, folks. That's just terrible. So while I clicked through on that, I was like, well, that sounds terrible. And I clicked on a couple links. And of course, it linked me to 2 other articles, which were horrifying, even more to read. And again, more pictures. So I had to, again, this woman was wearing her reusable contact lenses in the shower, and the amoeba got between the lens and her eye. And it ate her eye. So not cool. But this woman may actually be able to recover. It looks like she can. Oh yeah, no, she's gonna lose her sight as well. Yeah, that's gross. I will certainly not be wearing contact lenses anymore. That's just fucking hideous. There was one other woman who was able to have. To get it, the doctor diagnosed it, must have been earlier, and she had to go to the hospital for 21 drops a day, her eye drops, and that they managed to save her eye, but not cool, folks. Eye parasites, when it eats your eye, that's just absolutely despicable. So don't wear your contacts into the pool or any other place, because you can pick up most disgusting things at pools. And in fact, while I was clicking around on that story, another fun story popped up. And it was, again, this headline is a lot of fun. 32-year-old woman accused of having pool sex with elderly man in front of kids and her lover's wild excuse. A 32-year-old woman and a 75-year-old man were busted for allegedly having loud sex in front of children at an apartment complex pool in Texas, and then gave cops a ridiculous explanation for the romp they claimed never happened. Now, this story, sometimes I just love the New York Post. The shit they share is absolutely wild. This woman, Emily, was allegedly on top of Douglas Faith, who is 43 years her senior. So can you say daddy issues? Who was, and this is a quote, grinding and thrusting and making loud sexual moans in the corner of a pool in this complex. Witnesses called 911 and told the police the freak show was making their children uncomfortable. First of all, fucking leave. Oh my God. So this 32-year-old woman is just banging this old dude. And when the cops arrived, the man said that, yes, she was on top of him, but claimed they were not actually having sex because he has a penile implant. So apparently that is not used to have sex. He says he did admit there was sexual contact between the two. So they were both arrested and charged with public lewdness. And then on top of that, he also got charged with possession of marijuana because they found 2 joints on him. Fucking dummy. Unbelievable. Now, I don't know what this young lady, and I'll say young because she's 32, although her picture, Emily Parma, is looking a little rough around the edges here. She definitely has a 5 head for sure. And this dude, yeah. You know what? I don't think these two are winners, folks. I'm just going to, if you're banging in a public pool where there's children, like, stop. Where are you thinking? What are you thinking? Are you not aware of where you are? Are you just that drugged out? Or you just don't care? You just got to get it on right there in front of children? Like, just putting on a show. Stop it, people. Just stop. Please, God, stop. For the love of God, just don't do that. Why do you have to publicly perform your disgusting things in front of people? No one needs that. Did neither one of them have a room? Didn't they live there? There's probably more information, but I'm not interested in looking this up any further, honestly, because ew, these people are just nasty. I will never understand that. I just won't. Now, I also know a couple episodes back, and I'm looking right now, it looks like episode 11 when I talked about like the facials, look at the salmon sperm and all that stuff, which still is just something else. And if anybody, again, who is from the late 1900s, thank you for all who are listening from the late 1900s. If you remember an evening soap opera called Knots Landing, which was fantastically cheesy. There's something to be said about the late 80s and their evening soaps. Dallas, Dynasty, Falcon Crest, Knots Landing. I watched Dallas and Dynasty because Joan Collins on Dynasty was the fucking goat of all evil women on soap operas. She was just, people loved to hate her, and she was phenomenal at it. And I will still always hold Alexis Carrington deep in my heart. Everybody, I think, wanted to either be her or just, all the men wanted to get with her. And Joan Collins, at the time, gorgeous. She looked great. And I must have clicked a few things in my feed, and now I'll get some more because I'm discussing this. Where I now see clips of older of the episodes like that just pop up. They're like a 2-minute reel, and boy, they're so cheesy. They're so cheesy and delightful. And the clothes, yeah, there were big shoulders, but they were so fantastic. Like Nolan Miller definitely got his start designing on Dynasty. He designed for several of the lead actresses there, and the shoulder pads just alone. All these women look like linebackers. They were just wide, and the hats and the jewelry and the fur. Go out like that now, you probably just get mowed down on the street. Somebody will come up from PETA and attack you, I'm sure. But going back to this Knots Landing, Donna Mills, if anybody remembers her. She was stunning. She's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous woman. I mean, she's 85 years old now. She looks pretty goddamn good I'm sure she's had a little bit of surgery. But it's not, she looks, I'll say refreshed. I mean, she doesn't look like a spring chicken, but she's definitely had her neck done. Her hands definitely showcase her age because it's hard to hide that. But the rest of her looks pretty good. And you know what? I'm not feeling, good for her, right? Here's what she's doing. 85 years old. She is on OnlyFans. She just launched herself an OnlyFans account. And if I had OnlyFans, I could probably tell you how many people she had following her. I wonder if they links to her. Let's see here. All the celebrities with OnlyFans. Are they linked? Come on, you. I don't know. I don't go on OnlyFans. It just keeps linking me. Okay, I'm not linking to OnlyFans. I'm not going to log in and check it out. But I'm sure I can do a follow-up on it. So she had said, honey, I've been in the business 50 years. Over 50 years. I've seen every trend come and go. When something new comes along that lets me talk directly to the people who've stuck with me since Knots Landing, again, late 80s, why wouldn't I jump in? My fans are going to see the real me, the good hair days, the bad hair days, and everything in between. You know what? Good on her. She looks pretty fucking good. She's the oldest creator on the platform. And she said people are asking her, why now? And she goes, why not now? Probably because she could make a few bucks. My fans have given me everything, and this is my way of letting them in a little closer. And the CEO of Creators Incorporated, Andy Bachman, said, Donna called me and said 2 words, I'm in. And now she's going to captivate audiences without a script, a network, or anyone else's rule. Page 1 of the Donna Mills playbook has always been, do it your way. And you know what? Good for her. She looks great. And you know what? She'll make some bucks. I don't know what she's going to show. I mean, yeah, she was super popular on Knots Landing from 1980 to 1989. It says during the show's airing, the blonde beauty became known for her bold glam that she continues to wear today. And someone had told her she wears too much makeup for your age. Mind your fucking business, dude. And she says, oh, I guess I didn't get the memo. And she's in her response video sporting a leather jacket, a lacy tank top, and jeans with glossy pink lipstick and smoky eye. You know, good for her. Wear what you want. Do what you want to do. And you know what? If someone doesn't want to see it, they don't have to pay for it. Right? I mean, that's how you're going to see it. You would have to go there and pay money to see her. And the comments on this article, this is our last chance, guys. Finally get to see her naked. And then people seem to suggest that she doesn't know what it is. That she's unaware of what OnlyFans really is. I'm pretty sure she does. And then, of course, you know, the comments. There's a sickness for everyone. She's 85. How many fans can she have left? Oh, this one I kind of like. The older the rapper, the sweeter the candy. So they say. I may not be Donna Mills old, but I'm certainly not OnlyFans appropriate. So, yeah, I guess people always have something to say. And you know what? Good for her. You want to go do you, make some bucks. Good for you, Donna Mills. I hope you make a shitload of money. You know what? Look, when I went back and looked at that picture of that chick that I talked about before who was banging that old dude by the pool, that 32-year-old looked pretty fucking rough. So at least maybe Donna Mills looks like she's at least keeping up a bit with making sure everything looks okay. Good for her. I'll have to mention that a little later to some other folks and see if I can find some details about it. See if I know anybody who's got OnlyFans and can check it out and get me some deets. Unreal. I can't even. Again, good for her. Not my cup of tea. Ain't nobody paying money to see me on OnlyFans for sure. No one's got that interest whatsoever. If I could just stick with voice work and make money that way, I'm 100% in, folks. There ain't no money on OnlyFans. If you want to see me, I put some pictures up on Twitter. Ain't nothing like what you're going to see on OnlyFans. I will tell you that right now. But jump on over to Twitter, stop and say hi. That's how you're going to track me down. You can see me if you want to chit chat and interact. For sure, it's Duchess NJ. I say Twitter. X? It's going to be Twitter for me forever. But if you enjoyed this, I hope you come over and follow me on X and we can chit chat. You can see stuff I share and interactions, meet other podcasters I chat with. And if you totally dig this and you want to get more, well, definitely come over to the Boomer Bunker podcast and you can hear me and my buddy John Jamingo as we live stream the recording of our podcast. Kind of like what I do here, except he does amazing things to it and makes it sound great and he edits it. I record and just go. That's what I do. But yeah, if you're interested in the Boomer Bunker, definitely check us out. It's boomerbunker.com. If you're looking for all the details, how to follow us, get our social links, and you can see all that fun stuff. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate it. And, like, share, follow, all that fun stuff. And again, find me on X. Drop me a message. Drop me a follow. Say hi. And I hope you're doing well. So I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.